But if you thought this was interesting, then you better subscribe to this channel right now and sign up for our deal alerts on our system so that you join our newsletter, because next is the big one. And we're talking about the Lenny and Larry's lawsuit settlement. Subscribe and stay tuned.
Welcome to Price Plow.
Are you a customer of Premier Protein? Have you ever bought the Premier Protein ready-to-drink shakes? And if so, were those purchases made sometime between August 8th of 2011 and October 12th of 2018? If so, then you might be eligible for up to $40 by check in the mail due to a $9 million class action lawsuit settlement. That's right, everyone. This is Mike Roberto. I'm the founder and CEO of PricePlow.com. I'm not a lawyer, but I do read a lot of legal PDFs, and this one's a doozy that could net you up to 2 Andrew Jacksons in the mail. Now, before we go further, I'd like to just quickly, if you don't have time, click on the links in the description and we'll get you over to the resources you need, including the PDFs and, more importantly, the class action forms where you can join this class and make your claim. Now to the rest of the story, though. On August 8th of 2017, a class action lawsuit was filed against the Premier Nutrition Corporation. And the allegations were that the Premier Protein shakes, the ones that are in these cartons that say 30 grams on them, were consistently, and this is my words, not theirs, but they're consistently shortchanging the amount of protein in them, somewhere between 26.9 grams total to 28.5 grams or so, rather than the full 30 grams of protein. So before we go any further, I need to state that this is not, I repeat, this is not an amino acid spiking lawsuit. In fact, the lab tests show that there were no added free-form amino acids to any of the shakes that were tested. So this is not an amino acid spiking situation. If you're not sure what I'm talking about, we'll have links in the description to the amino acid spiking situation as well, but this isn't that. This is actually just allegations of a consistent underdosing of protein in all the shakes tested. In addition, before going any further, I need to state that the Premier Nutrition Corporation has not admitted any wrongdoing whatsoever. However, after about a year of legal wrangling or so, they have decided to settle for a $9 million settlement rather than to continue fighting this out in court. So this lawsuit was all about what's known as margin shaving, and that's not listed in the legal complaints or anything, but that's what it's called, margin shaving, and not amino acid spiking. Now the lawyers state that this type of underage, 10% underage, is not permissible. Even though on this channel, sometimes like when we're weighing out a scoop or whatever, 10% is kind of our margin for things. However, when we're talking about protein that's added to a product, that makes it a class 1 nutrient. And when it's a class 1 added nutrient, this isn't a product that's like completely natural in nature, such as milk. Now milk might, the protein in milk might vary from batch to batch, depending on how the cows were feeling that day or whatever variables, whatever they're eating may change. However, with a protein powder or a protein beverage such as this, where protein is the main ingredient and is being added, it makes it a class 1 nutrient. And the lawyers argue that it has to be at 100% of claims or greater. And if it's not, then they're claiming that this is false and deceptive advertising. And so that's where this whole 10% overage, underage doesn't really matter. They want it to be 100% or greater. So again, after about a year of legal wrangling or so, they decided to settle to the tune of $9 million. And that was after a second lawsuit complaint was filed, and that's linked in our blog post and description as well. And now consumers can join the class or even make comments if they think that something is wrong with this settlement. So if you're eligible, meaning you've purchased Premier Protein shakes between August 8th of 2011 and October 12th of 2018, then what you can do is head over to the links in the description and then join the class by clicking through to the forms. And there's 2 different things that might happen. First off, you might actually have a notice ID that's been sent to you via email or via postcard if perhaps you're already a member of the class, or if maybe you purchased it directly from Premier Nutrition and they already had your information, then they may have sent you a postcard. So you add your notice ID to the card and continue forth and make your claim about how many products you are claiming to have bought. However, if you didn't receive a notice ID, that's okay, because you can also click that you do not have a notice ID and get yourself added to the class. It'll ask your name and address, phone number, email, all that stuff. And when you click through, you can claim how many bottles you've purchased between 1 and 40. After that, you can then state if you have proof of purchase or you do not. So if you have proof of purchase, such as an image of a receipt that you could take, you could upload that, or a screenshot of your online receipts, something like that. And if you have proof of purchase, then you are eligible for up to $1 per bottle. However, if you don't have proof of purchase, like you just bought it at the gym for $3 or whatever, then you are eligible for up to 50 cents per bottle. So basically anywhere from a maximum of $40 to $20 if you've bought 40 of these shakes over the last 6 or 7 years. Now I say that it's up to $1 per bottle, up to 50 cents per bottle, because the settlement is a maximum of $9 million. And it may get prorated. If there's like 10 million people that join this class, then of course things are going to get rated down a little bit. In addition, this settlement has not been fully approved. You have until December 11th of 2018 if you'd like to leave a comment stating why you do or do not like this settlement, and there are links involved there as well. And there's also going to be a public court hearing in New York on January 17th of 2019 if you'd like to make a public comment or just like to learn what happens in these cases. After that, this case will most likely be settled at somewhere around that $9 million mark, and then those who are added to the class before the deadline may then eventually get a check in the mail somewhere between $1 and $40 depending on your situation. So that's all for now. We will be inviting the Premier Nutrition Corporation onto this channel if they want to tell their side of the story, talk about how they're perfecting their manufacturing practices or if they don't need to, all of that. So subscribe to the channel. But once again, I must say that they are claiming no wrongdoing whatsoever. So the links in the description. Thanks again for watching. My name is Mike Roberto. I'm the founder of PricePlow.com, where we cover the supplement industry news, reviews, and interviews and get into diet research and all that fun stuff. But if you thought this was interesting, then you better subscribe to this channel right now and sign up for our deal alerts on our system so that you join our newsletter, because next is the big one. And we're talking about the Lenny and Larry's lawsuit settlement. Subscribe and stay tuned.
Welcome to Price Plow.